I'm going to share 3 simple promises that can completely shift your perspective and lead you to a happier, more fulfilling life. Making promises to yourself is a powerful way to take control of your life and create the future you desire. It's about setting intentions and commitments that help you grow as a person. When you make a promise to yourself, you're essentially creating a goal or a standard to live up to, and that can be incredibly motivating. You start to feel more focused, more driven, and more determined to make positive changes. The thing is, we often overlook the importance of making promises to ourselves. We get caught up in our daily routines, and before we know it, we're stuck in a cycle of negativity and self-doubt. But it doesn't have to be that way. By making conscious promises to yourself, you can break free from that cycle and start living the life you truly want. In this video, I'll be sharing 3 promises that I've made to myself and how they've impacted my life in profound ways. These promises have helped me become more resilient, more confident, and more compassionate, and I believe they can do the same for you. So, let's dive in and explore the first promise that changed my life. My first promise was to start every day with a 10-minute meditation session. I know it sounds simple, but it was a game changer for me. I was going through a tough time, feeling overwhelmed and stressed, and I knew I needed to find a way to calm my mind. I started small, just 10 minutes a day, and gradually increased the time as I got into the habit. It wasn't easy, of course. Some days I felt like giving up, like I just couldn't sit still and quiet my mind. But I persisted, and soon it became an essential part of my daily routine. The impact was incredible. I felt more centered, more focused, and more patient. I was able to tackle challenges with greater ease, and I even started to notice positive changes in my relationships. The best part was that it set a positive tone for the rest of the day. I felt more grounded, more at peace, and more equipped to handle whatever came my way. And that's when I realized that making promises to yourself is not just about achieving a specific goal. It's about creating a mindset that supports your well-being. That first promise taught me the power of small, incremental changes. It showed me that even the smallest commitment can have a profound impact on your life. My second promise was to prioritize self-care. I used to be someone who put others' needs before my own, often neglecting my own well-being in the process. But I realized that I couldn't pour from an empty cup, so I made a promise to prioritize my own needs. It wasn't easy though. I faced a lot of resistance, especially from others who didn't understand why I was suddenly prioritizing my own needs. But I knew it was essential for my own growth and happiness. I started scheduling self-care activities into my daily planner, whether it was a walk in nature, a yoga class, or a relaxing bath. The rewards were immense. I felt more energized, more confident, and more compassionate. I was able to show up more fully in my relationships, and I even started to notice positive changes in my physical health. Of course, there were challenges along the way, but the benefits far outweighed the costs. That second promise taught me the importance of self-love and self-care. It showed me that taking care of myself was not selfish, but essential for living a happy, healthy life. My third promise was to practice gratitude daily. I used to be someone who focused on the negative, always dwelling on what was lacking in my life. But I realized that I had the power to shift my perspective, and that's exactly what I did. I started writing down 3 things I was grateful for each day, no matter how small they seemed. It could be something as simple as a good cup of coffee or a beautiful sunset. And it was amazing how it shifted my mindset. I started to notice the good things in my life, and I felt more positive, more hopeful, and more at peace. That third promise taught me the power of gratitude. It showed me that even in difficult times, there's always something to be thankful for. As I reflect on these promises, I realize that they've not only impacted my own life, but also my relationships. Some relationships have become stronger, more authentic, and more meaningful, but others have suffered as a result. I've had to set boundaries, prioritize my own needs, and communicate more effectively. It's been a journey, and it's not always been easy, but I know that making promises to myself has been worth it, and I believe it can be for you too. So, I want to encourage you to think about what promises you can make to yourself. What are your goals, your aspirations, and your values? What promises can you make to support your growth and well-being? It could be something as simple as exercising regularly, eating healthier, or practicing mindfulness. Whatever it is, make sure it's something that aligns with your values and goals. And don't be too hard on yourself if you slip up. Just acknowledge the setback and get back on track. The key is to start small and be consistent. Make promises that you can keep and gradually build up to more significant commitments. And don't be afraid to share your promises with others. Having a support system can make all the difference. As you think about your own promises, I want to encourage you to visualize your future self. What does your ideal life look like? What kind of person do you want to become? What kind of relationships do you want to cultivate? Take a moment to imagine yourself living your best life. See yourself thriving, succeeding, and feeling fulfilled. And then think about what promises you need to make to get there. In conclusion, making promises to yourself is a powerful way to take control of your life and create the future you desire. It's about setting intentions and commitments that help you grow as a person. By making conscious promises to yourself, you can break free from negativity and self-doubt and start living the life you truly want. So, what are your promises to yourself? Share them with me in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your experiences and support you on your journey. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content on self-improvement. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.